Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show.
Good morning. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to the crew. Welcome back to another Hot Topics and Local News show. We have a lot to cover this morning. I have a lot of things to bring to you. We got a lot of local news stories and we got some Hot Topics tea. Okay, we got some Hot Topics tea. But before I begin, I would love for you to give me a hug by giving me a like. Go ahead and tap that like. I'm talking to you that's in the chat. I'm talking to you that's just looking at the screen. I'm talking to you that's on a replay right now. I need all your love and support because remember, when you do that, it helps send my video up and into the algorithm. And that's your part. That's the greatest part of being a subscriber and a watcher of this channel. You don't have to do much, but I always ask that you support me in that manner because I really, really do appreciate it. Shout out to my members, shout out to my subscribers, shout out to my moderators. And let me just say, thank you, moderators. Thank y'all for holding me down. I send a lot of love to y'all. You know, sometimes y'all probably just want to kick it in the chat, listen to the show, or you got other places you want to be. But just being here with me while I do this with my show, I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. I was a moderator before, and I do understand the work that it takes to be good. So I want to tell you all, I really do appreciate it. And happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday to everyone. And if you are new here, please, please feel free to hit that subscriber button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you'll know when that video drops. And also, if you like to send me some, always so at sign Ronald Jackson if you want to send me a cash app. And you know that always goes back to supporting the channel here, feeding me throughout the day, keeping me percolating and motivated. So without no further ado, please, please. Good morning. Good morning, crew. Good morning to y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Listen, I know it is. Let me make sure I ain't on mute. Am I not on mute? Y'all hear me, right? I hear myself. I see myself. Okay, I'm not on mute because I don't want to do nothing like I did yesterday. You know how horrible it was to me to watch my replay and see for like 4 minutes on mute. I'm on that for real, for real. I ain't playing those games no more. No, we can't hear you. Joe, you know what I'm saying? You see how you playing with me, Joe? Shout out to the chat. Good morning, y'all. Hey, babes. Good morning, Joe. What up? Thank you for being here. Hey, Nadine. Good morning to you, Bobby. Good morning. Hey, boo. Thank you for waking up early and catching it live. I promise you're going to be entertained today. I promise you. Good morning, McNeil Lynn. Good morning to you, Grand Rising, Zaire. Purple Peach. It's good to see you. Good morning, boo. Hey, babes. Hey, Tracy. Good morning. Morning. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll be looking for you. I'm going to be right here. Okay, hit that like button. Okay, y'all tell them members, tell them when they come in, hit that like button. All the members in the chat, make sure y'all let everybody know, hit that like button. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Mrs. G. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Lifestyle with NeYo. And there go my teacher, Shawan. Good morning, boo. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. So we're back. Full jam-packed show. We're gonna kick it off with local news. So much stuff that has occurred that we're gonna dive deep into, and then we're gonna end on hot topics. Hot topics. I got like 2 T stories, and we're gonna end on Tory Lane's father out here looking like the whole pandemic has just touched him on his forehead. Like, wait, sir, huh? So we're gonna get into that today. But before I begin, I would love to kick this show off today with our quote of the day. And the quote of the day comes directly from our own community wall. Okay. So yesterday I had a whole epiphany. You know, sometimes, and this was strictly for my YouTube, me as a YouTuber. Sometimes as we're doing this, we look at other folks' channels, we watch them. I've been lately watching a lot of celebrity content creators and how they deliver their content, their graphics and their engagement with their chat, a lot of different things I've been looking at. And I see these people and I'm like, oh, sometimes it bogs me down, like, oh, I could be doing so much more. But then, I have to always realize that, it took a lot of work for them to get where they are. It just didn't happen overnight. So I ended up putting up this post. It takes a ton of discipline to stay focused. There are so many distractions shifting you from your goal. Stay the course and stick with it. And for me, a big distraction is watching how many people who I know damn well don't be knowing what they talking about and shit, and just be sitting there winning. And it's like, you can't hate on that. It's the engagement. It's all of that in the package. So don't be distracted by that. Continue building, Roman. And Zap, shout out to Zap. Zap is my fave. Whatever. He followed up my quote with do I got the right mouse? Oh, okay. He followed up my quote. I got 2 mouses, 2 computers. Literally, we're working 2 computers here today. This is crazy. Shout out to my friend for helping me do this. Thank you. He put this he put this under the post. I love a quote by Harriet Tubman about her difficult journey taking slaves to freedom. I don't know how accurate or true the quote is, but it sounds good. If you hear the dogs, keep going. If you see the torches in the woods, keep going. If they're shouting after you, keep going. Don't ever stop. If you want a taste of freedom, keep going. And so thank you, Zap, and everybody who engaged with that post and everybody who took something from it. Baby, I'm here to tell you, don't get distracted. Just keep going. Don't be bogged down by the successes of other people. Look at that as motivation, inspiration. Pick up where you at right now and move your shit forward. You know how you move. You know how you can rock your shit. Don't let nobody else disturb you from that. And that happened to me. It happens to me often as a YouTuber. I'm not talking about my professional life. I'm talking about as a YouTuber. I've been oftentimes distracted by what I see other people doing and how quick they can turn around a video, and I just can't do that. So that's why I put that up. Don't be distracted. Just continue building. I love our little jam-packed shows. Eventually I'll get to being coming down here on one live to do one topic. But right now, I love doing this. I love all our topics. I love us talking about this stuff. And we growing like this. So shout out to y'all. I hope that resonates with everyone. I really, really do. And then also, part of our announcement, we're still in announcements. I wanted to send a rest in peace to Lisa Marie Presley. Now the details around her arrest is so crazy because when I first was getting ready to post this to my community wall, she had been in a cardiac arrest. She was rushed to the hospital for a cardiac arrest, and then all of a sudden, I think it was like 2 hours later, they pronounced her dead. She was in an induced coma and in critical condition. So prayers to the Presley family. I don't know any more details, and I certainly don't want to speculate. So I'll wait for more information to come out. Anything I find out, I'll certainly let you all know. Another thing in announcements, I got the good vibes still going. We still gonna be talking about, some positive stuff and good stuff. Um, Another announcement is, and I didn't want to put this in our show, but Jennifer Hudson and Sherry Shepherd both have been renewed for their season. Now, Sherry's been renewed for her season. Debmar Mercury is going to be still there, and Fox has decided that they're going to pick her up for the 2024-2025 season. Shout out to Sherry. We knew she was going to do it. We've been watching her, we've been tracking. And also another shout out to Jennifer Hudson. She got renewed too for her season 2. Now, she's telling us all the season 2 for her is going to be all about new beginnings, and she's, I think she's going to bring her son on her show. She's been talking about her son and how he's going to be involved. So shout out to her. Now, here's where the bad news comes. Karamo's still waiting for his pickup papers. NBC Universal's Karamo starring Karamo Brown. They haven't told him officially that he'll be picked up, but I believe he'll be picked up. He's been successful. He's brought in a different target audience, and I think he's mainstream. He has a mainstream appeal. So shout out to all three of them, and I hope, Karamo, you'll be a part of that bunch. So I wanted to share this video. It was a cute little video, and I thought it was so cute and adorable. Look at y'all coming in here. I'm laughing. Lace front prep. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Journey. I was going to say good morning, King Roman. Good morning, Journey. I don't like saying good morning. What are you morning? I see what you mean. Hey, Chantel Packer. Good morning. Good morning. No, he don't got that tattooed hairline, baby. It looked like somebody put some wetness right there and just sprayed. Amen. Don't he be speaking facts? Always in the comments, just a voice of reason. Trust me. And if y'all think he be speaking facts there, Zap always be giving facts. Trust me. Shout out to Zap. Some of y'all are just dope as subscribers. And I'm appreciative, right, Roman? And don't you be putting no hits out on nobody. I heard about that. Now see, baby, what kind of shit is that? Wow, unbelievable. She was just the Golden Globes. I know. That's what we were saying. Baby, they taking them out left and right. They really are. Roman, I love what you said about watching other people's content and kind of getting a little discouraged. I'm doing the same thing with my channel, and I have to shake that off. As you said, it took a lot. Yes, you got to be like, okay, and you actually got to turn the negative or whatever you say negative into a positive. Like, okay, I see you, girl. Get your views. You better do it while the time is hot, and then look for your moment. Okay, so they're doing it while their time is hot. When you think you're gonna get to step in? Someone I look at is the Wiley show. Hey Wiley, hi Wiley. And I see how he's doing. I think Wiley's going to begin creeping local news stories into his show, but I think he does a great job of what he does. And I watch him all the time, and I've had to say, Roman, sit your ass down. So allegedly, that's so sad. We're going to have to do a whole live about heart attacks and cardiac arrest, because it's a lot of people young, 30s and 40s, just falling out. Okay, I'm making sure my Wi-Fi is doing good. You're doing a job. Most of us retain the information you prepare and deliver in June. Look forward to what you bring next. Thank you. And I think the most important thing you said was retain the information, because it's not looked upon as like me trying to be gossipy or anything. Like, I would literally be trying to find the facts, even in celebrity stuff. Like, what is the meat and potatoes here? So thank you, Teacher Shawan, and I appreciate you for supporting me from day one. I remember you from when I first started. All of y'all. Yes, for the late daytime. They got it. I got a bone to pick with J Hud. Ever since she wore this chunky knit sweater, the bright color yarn been sold out. Folks begging me to make it. Get your coin. Red Wings Hockey, good morning to you. Try Hobby Lobby. If you have one in your area, they get shipments of it on Wednesdays. Oh, Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby is the place to go, by the way. That's where I took my friend Sunday, or one of the places I took him was to Hobby Lobby. And we went in there just looking for chairs. He just wanted one chair. Baby, he got stuff. I ended up getting me some stuff. I'm like, we doing another romp this weekend. Plus it's MLK weekend here in the DMV area. So, the gays go crazy this weekend. So I'm going to show them a good time this weekend. I'm going to try to be the hostess of the mostest. I said we can go look at some boys. So I'm going to go turn it up. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm so excited. I don't even know if y'all can tell the new excitement I have because it's like somebody who knows you. I ain't even gotta say he watched my show now. He's like, nigga, I've been watching you. You can finally tell me you watching me. Roman is the here. Oh, I got my man stalking Hobby Lobby. Child, they fallen. They drank the Kool-Aid. Good morning. Michael's is my store for yarn. Nobody else channel. We here every morning or replay. Hit the thank you. Look at that. Support out the Wazzy. So the show's renewed. What else did I want to tell before we get into the show? I did my quote. Oh, I want to show y'all this cute video clip. So if this don't touch your heart, again, I told you to open the Bible and land on a page. Now, this guy, he's a black guy, okay? He works at a news station and he's just doing his job. And it's so sweet. Check this out. And I thought it was so cute. Precious moment. Again, our black culture moments that I can just catch and show.
Is it because of... This is my mom. Hold on. I'm trying to work right now. You over there calling my phone. This is D'Angelo. You can say hi. And don't be holding up traffic because you got cars behind you. Did you record that?
So cute, so precious, so touching, so precious. Everybody probably want their mom to stop by their job and say, hey, baby, what you doing? So I saw that and I said, oh, that's so cute. He'll remember that moment forever. And he'll always have that moment in, sort of in his crept on the inside. Now, I want to show this clip because it's also had me laughing, but it's a good clip. Now, I don't know if y'all like Future the way I like Future, but I'm a Future stan. Almost know every track. I know the hidden records. And so does this lady. And so she attended a funeral of her friends. And I guess every time they go to the club, there was a certain Future song that they sang. And so she got up to the pulpit and guess what she did? So cute.
And to we normally be in the club singing this song together, but now I got to sing it without you. I'm sorry, y'all, this man shot dirty soul in the styrofoam. I'm spending my day, get my mind blown, dressed up in a finesse song, 100 miles on the dash, got a pound of rubber, me gassing, just lanes in the grand red. Y'all, shot is just want to hit me cool, but I don't lose to the blue star acting.
So I sent that clip to my friend and said, listen, you know our song, if anything happened before me, I want you to do just what she did. Get your ass up there and sing our song for the one time. Shout out to her for doing that. I ain't mad at her. I'm telling you, if you're a friend of mine and I love you like that, I'd be all up there acting a fool. Yes, indeed. I thought that was a cute clip. So shout out to the crew for being here. It's 34 people here in the building, 18 minutes in, and I really do appreciate it. I hope y'all hit that like, and I hope y'all ready to get into these topics today. So much stuff has been going on out here in the world. We're going to talk about Keenan Anderson and the LAPD. We're going to talk about the Amazon worker. The Amazon worker. We're going to talk about a case of mistaken identity out in Philly. Just some of the stuff we're talking about. We're going to get into NeYo and him now expecting another baby by the side chick Sade after he just had a baby with her. What? So we're gonna get into these things. Shout out to y'all. I hope y'all hit that like button. All right. So the first story I want to talk about this morning, and we're gonna be in local news this morning, is coming to us out of LA, Los Angeles. So we have here a Keenan Anderson. Now, what we doing? What we doing overlays? I know y'all be trying to do it sometime. I got the overlay over here. Right here, bam. So story coming to us out of LAPD. This happened actually on January 3rd, and we'll get into why it's coming to the light now. So Keenan Anderson, who is the cousin, he's the cousin to, let me not switch over there. I see my Wi-Fi acting up. Okay, he's the cousin to Patrice Cullors. Now she's the founder of Black live. A teacher from DC, a teacher from DC, the DC area, and he was out in Los Angeles visiting some family for the week. And apparently, he had got into a collision. Car had crashed. This was on January 3rd. So it leads me to believe he was out there for New Year's Eve weekend, that whole great time. And he got into a collision on January 3rd. Now, all the reports that I've read was that he got out of his car. He had called the police. He needed help. He got out of his car, and I guess the police had approached him as he was in the middle of the road. And he was waving them down or something like that. And the police was like, hey, get on the side of the road. So he complied. He moved to the side of the road. He sat down. And allegedly, somebody pulled a gun out on him as they were questioning him. That's when he began to say, I don't feel comfortable, right, with that thing sticking at me. I don't feel comfortable. So he got up and began to run down the street. As he was running, a police officer on a motorcycle sped up after him, chased him. So they got him down. And this is where we see all of these pictures where he's yelling, they're trying to George Floyd me, please help me, please. And so what ended up happening was, after they subdued him, somebody had not only their foot on his neck, but they also had their weight on his back. And he's trying to get up. And people don't understand, when people have pressure on your neck and your back like that, you're getting up because you want to breathe. You're not getting up because you want to continue. He's trying to gasp some air. You can tell. We'll watch the video. And so he gets up because he's trying to breathe. And then all of a sudden, another police officer tases him excessively. Excessively. I mean, tased him and then just kept it stuck in him. Now, this incident happened on January 3rd. We're just now hearing about it. Patrice Cullors did come out and release a statement. She came out and said, my cousin was asking for help and he didn't receive it. He was killed. She said, nobody deserves to die in fear, panicking and scared for their life. My cousin was scared for his life. He spent the last 10 years witnessing a movement challenging the killing of Black people. He knew what was at stake and he was trying to protect himself. Nobody was willing to protect him. Now, here's the interesting details, and I'm going to play the video clip. We're going to get into the story, and I'm going to play a little bit of the clip with him, but I'm not going to play the whole thing. Is that they're now, you know how we always talk about autopsy reports and all of these things ain't come back. We got to wait weeks and months and all of this later. They're already now saying that, we can't find, we haven't found any injuries to the body yet. We're not looking for that yet. The autopsy hasn't, but we can tell you that this man had cocaine and marijuana in his system. Huh? I want to know before that. You let me know he had cocaine and marijuana in his system. That's not the reason y'all stopped him, though. Yeah, there was no reason that. I'm sitting here thinking so they wanted to release those details to the public. So we're now trying to stray public opinion, LAPD, because a fucking riot will come. Are you kidding me? So let's get into this. I'm going to play some of this clip. Let me see. I don't want to play the whole thing because it is a little triggering. And if you get triggered, I apologize. But we need to talk about this stuff. We need to have it in the forefront. We need to see it. We need to know what happened, the facts. So as we're going out here and talking about it, we can clean this shit up right behind us. So here's some footage from the actual incident. Remember, this happened on January 3rd. And I'm going to tell you why it was released now. Roman didn't report on it a week ago. Because damn well I would have reported on it. Didn't report on it a week ago. I'm like, what the fuck is that on my shirt? Didn't report on it a week ago, but they released it now for a reason. So check this out. Shout out to the crew, and I hope y'all hit that like button.
Turn over, I'm gonna tase you.
Yes.
Watch your elbow, partner.
You're trying to George Floyd me. You're trying to George
Stop
Floyd
it.
me.
Stop it, or I'm gonna tase you. Okay, stop it, or I'm gonna tase you. Stop it, or I'm gonna tase you. Stop resisting.
Please.
Stop resisting.
Please. Please. Please.
I'm gonna tase him. I'm gonna tase him.
You're trying to kill me. You're trying to kill me. Leave me alone.
Stop it. Stop it.
All right. I don't need to show no more of that. You know exactly what happens after that. So the man dies. He dies from these injuries. Gun pointed him at on gun was pointed. Now remember, the triggering point for him getting up and running was a gun was pointed on him as he was being questioned by the police sitting down at this time. So he got up and fled the scene. Now, given the knowledge he has with Black Lives Matter or the relationship he has with Patrisse Cullors, sort of like, maybe this was a triggering moment for him. We don't know. Now, here's what they're saying in LA regarding the situation. Now, it's so interesting that we're here at this point because let me see, do I have so okay. I'm trying to make sure it's gonna play. I don't want no hiccups today. All right, here we go. Here's what they're saying, y'all. Check this out.
Developing this morning new details on the death of a DC teacher in Los Angeles. Police there confirming Keenan Anderson died after officers tased him. Jess Arnold has been digging into this story. She joins us live from Digital Pioneers Academy in Southeast DC, where Anderson was a teacher. Jess, good morning to you.
Good morning. Yeah, the Academy put out a statement last night saying that 31-year-old Keenan Anderson was an English teacher here. They say that he was visiting family in Los Angeles when he died, and they're devastated that he's never coming back. These were some of Keenan Anderson's final moments in Los Angeles on January 3rd. LA police say they were responding to a call for a hit and run in which Anderson was reported to have caused the crash and run away.
I came and I had somebody fix my car for me, sir.
LAPD body cameras show officers eventually moving in to try to arrest him. Body cam video then shows officers using a taser on him 4 times in 33 seconds. We're not showing you the full tasing out of respect for his family. Paramedics took Anderson to the hospital, where he later went into cardiac arrest and died.
Unclear what role the physical struggle with the officers and the use of the taser played in his unfortunate death.
Say his name.
Keenan Anderson.
Activists are demanding accountability. Co-founder of Black Lives Matter LA, Patrisse Cullors, posted on Instagram that Anderson was her cousin, showing a picture of him with his 6-year-old. This is her co-founder, Melina Abdullah.
Keenan Anderson said they're trying to George Floyd me. They're trying to George Floyd me. And guess what happened? They did.
Back in DC, the principal of Digital Pioneers Academy, where Anderson taught, shared a statement saying, "Another talented, beautiful Black soul is gone too soon."
So let's talk about why this stuff is coming to the light now. First of all, rest in peace to Keenan Anderson. My condolences to his family. The man was a father. He was a teacher in DC public schools. He worked at a school, I think it was called Digital Millennium or something like that along those lines. Rest in peace to him. This is senseless as hell. No one should be losing their lives because, first of all, he was in a collision. His car broke down. He was waiting for somebody to come in the middle of the road. Police were called. You all showed up on the scene, and we are here. What the fuck is wrong with people understanding how to properly detain someone? Some of you police officers need to go through a fucking test again. You don't detain somebody like that, and it shows how pussy you are. You see a black man, you automatically think, I don't care what race you is. I'm talking about police in general. If you black police, because we've talked about cases where black police officers were on bullshit too. You see a black man, you automatically think we're so strong, or we're gonna kill you. Not everybody is thinking that, and you don't know who you're gonna run into. And it's far too many cases where you've been running into the wrong fucking person. Now we don't have Keenan Anderson, another black man, gone, senseless. And I don't even care about the Black Lives Matter affiliation at this point, because it makes no sense that given his affiliation to Black Lives Matter, he resisted or he ran away from the police officers like that. All of us know, we understand the lesson walking away from this. And what Keenan did is, if you are being questioned by the police officers and you are sitting by the side and they pulled you down and told you to sit down, the best chances for you to do is say, hey, I'm sitting down, but I would like to call my attorney. Call your representatives, have somebody else there watching and monitoring the situation. And I'm not saying this to pick on nobody, but it was shocking that it came out that it was Keenan Anderson, a cousin of Patrisse Cullors, who is with the Black Lives Matters movement. I expected that. That's what I expected as an example, but it didn't happen. And because it didn't happen, he still shouldn't have lost his fucking life. So that happened. Now, this is why LAPD is now under fucking scrutiny. Like, they on their ass. because recently, since the beginning of this year, they've had like 9 different deaths in Los Angeles due to excessive police force. So LAPD, this is just yesterday. The LAPD police chief expresses deep concern towards the string of fatal police encounters. Just 2023 just started, what, 13 days ago? We already got about 10 motherfucking people killed. 10 incidents. One incident had 2 people. 10 incidents where you all have taken the lives of people. We have a fucking problem, LAPD, and y'all motherfuckers better riot. Y'all better do something. They're kicking the year off. So let me just to back up what I'm saying. So Los Angeles Police Chief Michelle Moore expresses deep concern regarding a series of fatal use of force incidents occurring over a 2-day span in the first days of 2023. These cluster of events, while miles apart, deeply concern me. I know it did concern the families involved as well. From January 2nd to the 3rd, 3 men died after encountering LAPD police officers, 2 of whom were shot to death and another suffered a cardiac arrest at the hospital after being tasered by the police. That's why that video came out. That's why we got the tape now. This is why. Because if Patrice knew this on January 3rd, this should have been out. But this is why now it's all going viral and everybody want to stand up, because it's been a string of this shit. They better do something to LAPD. This don't get better, it gets worse. It really does. And I wanted to bring this to y'all attention for folks who live out in LA, who see this stuff. Record. Get this shit on camera. And every time you see an incident, by God, get you a Twitter account and up that shit. Get you a TikTok, whatever. Make it go viral. We got to put the press on these niggas. We really, on these police officers, excuse my French, my black French. We got to put pressure on them. I'm standing 10 toes down with you. It sounds crazy as hell. Okay. Tell him you have aunties out here, so you better act right. We gonna have a whole ball. Sound like fun. Up from the flow up, proud mom. Okay, yeah, it was so cute. That's so sweet. I'm sorry I'm behind, but I like seeing y'all comments. I'm sorry. Nope, don't care for the sperm donor. That's how I do my daughter at her job. I will roll up on her and pretend to be a disgruntled customer. She loves it. I go through the drive-thru and mess with my baby. He be like, "Mama, what you want?" Every time I see him, he like it. Aw, so cute. We'll be pulling out the phones like they be getting ready to get a world star moment because we don't look like mom and daughter, because we are another one. Before I forget, I read that Lisa Marie had been going downhill from grief. Her son self-deleted in 2020. Oh wow. So it could have been a part of her own health condition. Thank you for that tip too. Journey, don't tell me he trying to catch up with Nikki Baby. He trying to do something. And it's so fun. We'll get into that when we get the hot topics. DMV is in the house, aren't we? Was he a school from teacher from DC? He may have sustained a brain injury from the impact of the accident and was acting out of sorts. Clearly, but we want to talk about cocaine and marijuana in the system like that changes some fucking thing. No, it don't change the fact that you tased him. Once you all have him detained at a point, now it's up to you to follow protocol and procedure. He runs in a motorcycle. What gets me is that they had so much police presence on this man before anything went down. It was like, okay, he already heightened. You got a gun on me. I see all these police officers. I'm about to die. He got up and ran. He ran. Now, again, I told you, don't nobody take from that and say I'm about to run. I don't care how vigilant, how fuck a police. No, this is the lesson. That happens for a reason and you die. Don't do that. No. You get an attorney. You tell them, you get educated on it. I would like to I like to reach out to my attorney. That's what I like to do. I like to get my representatives down here. And if you got to call your mom and dad or cousin or brother, sister, act like they're your attorney, call them. Hey, come down here and play attorney real quick. Get down. I need you to get down here. Have I done it before? Absolutely. Are you crazy? In a heartbeat. And that was just pulling me over for something. And baby, that went away. Oh, okay. We're sorry, sir. But it works because it also shows that, from here on out, everything you do is going to be monitored. Crazy habits in your system don't mean you're high. Exactly. Wow, that's going to be their defense. That's terrible. Attack this man's character before you tell us what happened. And that's all they put out here. The cocaine. Good morning, Spicy. Shout out to Marty. Good morning, boo, and shout out to the members. Thank y'all. Horrible. Hey Tisa, good morning, good morning. I'm sick and tired of this. Girl, good morning. But girl, I got the video you sent me and it had me rolling. You know it did. LAPD has always been over aggressive. They're gonna have to cut that shit out. Good morning. And then there was X. And thank you for dropping down. I love it when y'all drop down from the clouds. Crew. Thank y'all. Just one time every once in a while to say, hey, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. I wasn't ready for this. Baby, here we go. And we're here. Something needs to be done, but rioting is not the answer. All that does is destroy the community they live in. Never understand why burn down your own community if anything goes to the rich neighborhood. No, I ain't gonna say go riot and burn down the community, but I definitely think this is an occasion where they need to rise up and begin protesting, standing outside some of these police stations, demanding accountability for training. Does your staff know what excessive force mean, implicit biasness mean? Like, can we talk about that? And then there also need to be laws enacted. Like, we need to know, y'all need to publish fucking databases of give police officer badge numbers, put and publish that databases of incidents that are occurring like this, so we can know and we can follow the trail. But hiding this shit under the rug because now there's a string of incidents, fuck out of here. Y'all crazy. Oh, we getting into it. We getting into it. We getting into it, Miss Toby, his old crazy self. Do I believe it? We gonna talk about it. I was doing 101 things at once. Human hysteria. Hey, babes. Good morning. So we're here. So I'm gonna keep my foot on this story with Keenan Anderson. Rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to this man. A sad story. Sad story. We're here. Footage is out. Now we're just sitting here to see what goes on in this investigation. Police officers, of course, they're saying they're investigating it. They say they were justified in what they were doing. They're trying, he was saying a lot of different things. They're trying to sedate me. They're trying to George Floyd me. But the police chief, he promised a full investigation into each of these incidents. He added that he will look closely at whether officers follow guidelines into how they handle encounters with people undergoing mental health. So we hear that all the time. Do I think it's gonna work? No, I don't care. Y'all always say y'all gonna investigate how people do. I don't give a damn. Whatever. Well, what I think needs to happen now, it needs to go first where policies changed, laws enacted, guidelines enforced, because all of this shit, it does nothing. You always gonna say that. Well, we're gonna do an internal investigation. We're gonna see what policies were broken. No, why don't we do an internal investigation to see if y'all are checking whether policies are enacted, executed, or violated in general? Like, fuck out of here with that. So rest in peace, Keenan Anderson. Now let's move to our second story, local news story of the day. Now this one is coming to us out of Philadelphia. Baby, this is a crazy story. So this woman, she's a doctorate. She has her doctorate. She is in Philadelphia, lives in Philadelphia, and she was trying to apply for a job, and the job said, "No, ma'am, you have a criminal warrant on your background." No, ma'am. And so she went to the police and said, "Hey, what's this? I'm a professional," and the police arrested her ass. I'm not lying. This happened in Philadelphia. They arrested this woman. They arrested her. Come to find out, in Texas, there's a woman out there that apparently looks just like this woman. And so because of that, for a week, so look at this. So Philadelphia woman spends week in jail for a crime in Texas she didn't commit. So this woman, and I'll show you a clip of it. This lady, she apparently had been in a store. She was pregnant. Here's the thing: she was a pregnant Black woman. So of course they're already looking at this woman like she's a larger size woman, and they appeared. So their names are the same, Julia Hudson. This girl is robbing places out in Texas. So they finally, she's never been caught. So they go on Facebook and they find Julia Hudson, this woman on Facebook, and they decide to put out a warrant for her arrest. Come to find out, she lives in Philadelphia. So they arrest her. Not only do they arrest her, they hold this woman in jail for a fucking week. They did not believe her. A, they didn't believe her. And B, because they felt like the procedures weren't followed in Texas. So they had to wait for Texas to finish their part of the investigation before this woman was released. Check this shit out. Baby, I said, if y'all don't get into this fucking city, asshole, make them bleed. Innocent woman. Check this one out.
Only on 2 tonight, a follow up to a story we first brought you last night regarding a Philadelphia woman wrongly accused of a crime in Harris County and thrown in jail.
Yeah, and tonight frustration is only growing for the woman's family because despite Webster a huge mistake, she is still locked up tonight. For the latest, let's go to Devin Clark joining us now live outside of the Harris County District Attorney's Office. And Devin, what do they have to say about all this and why she's still in
Park since yesterday to try and make things right, but Julie Hudson's family says the only thing they want to hear is that their loved one, their innocent daughter, sister, has been released from jail, and so far that has not happened yet.
Well, I thought I was going to rest today. I thought I was going to be able to say, "Woo, my sister home."
Instead, it has now been 1 week that Julie Hudson, a PhD student from Philadelphia, has been sitting behind bars for a robbery she was mistakenly accused of in Webster, Texas. This after police there said social media photos of Julie looked like this suspect.
And we went and got balloons and was ready to be picking Julie up today. That's what we thought was going to take place.
After realizing the error, yesterday, Webster police say an officer explained the situation to the Harris County District Attorney's Office, which filed this motion to have the charges against Julie dropped. But Julie's sister, Sharon Hudson, says it appears the memo never got to authorities in Philadelphia.
Prison start answering the phone at 8:30. 8:30 we called. They said we have not received paperwork. And we like, okay, the nightmares start again. And so at that point, we start calling around.
Not only did we follow up, but so did our NBC affiliate in Philadelphia, which was told by the DA's office there that the case isn't in their jurisdiction because the charges were dropped. The Harris County DA's office sent us this statement, which in part reads, quote, dismissed the case within 5 minutes and immediately contacted Philadelphia police to release our hold on Ms. Hudson. Today, a representative from the Philadelphia Police Department said he wasn't aware of the issue and forwarded the inquiry to the Public Affairs Division, which says, quote, "We have been looking into this matter and are currently doing so. As soon as I receive an update, I will let you know," end quote. Meanwhile, Assistant Chief of the Webster Police Department, Jeremy Edge, says he's also spent hours today making calls to try and get Hudson released. But by the time he got through to the proper person, it was too late for Julie to see a judge who could release her tonight.
But that's the thing. He did it today. The charges were dropped yesterday. Phone calls should have happened yesterday.
In an updated release we just received from the Philadelphia Police Department, are actively working on the Department of Prisons to process Ms. Hudson's release in as expeditious a manner as possible. The statement goes on to say the department has opened an investigation into when communication was sent from Webster PD and Harris County stating that charges were dismissed. And I just spoke to Sharon Hudson moments ago, who says some good news is happening. Thanks to the media's help, she does expect the process to be expedited and her sister to be released in a few hours. We will keep you updated on that if it happens. For now, reporting live downtown, outside of the Harris County District.
What? Y'all know when I saw that story, I was like, how in the world could that ever happen to anybody? What in the holy fuck? This woman was minding her own business in Philadelphia, a doctorate, a student. She happened to have took a travel with a drink, posted it to social media, and they swore up and down it was her. Do I have that picture? I think I do have that picture. Let me see. Where's this picture at? And they swore up and down it was her. I said, now how y'all get that from that? How y'all get that from that? How y'all get so? Oh, you know she got a lawsuit. She got a whole lawsuit on her hand. The problem was, y'all, it wasn't until it hit social media when this story came out is that when they really decided to do something about it. Other than that, this poor old woman would have been sitting there still. So here, now y'all tell me if y'all can reasonably deduct from this picture. How you can tell the one on my side, the right with Julie Hudson under it, that's the actual woman. The one that got canceled underneath her, that's the robber. How in the hell from this picture off social media you reasonably deduct that they're the same individual? Girl, if you don't take your ass to court, and then it took them a week to get you out of jail, and you ain't never been locked up in your whole entire life. Yeah, girl, you got another hole. That's some real shit. I'm glad she got out. Here's a horrible case of mistaken identity. Philadelphia woman spends week in jail for a crime in Texas she didn't even commit. The poor woman that I ain't even been to Texas. I ain't even ever been to Texas. The fuck is wrong with people? Um, my baby daddy. Y'all need to stop. They need a psychological evaluation before they become police. No, for real. No, seriously. I do agree that there needs to be a couch and a table for them to sit at beforehand. Yes. Good morning, Linda B. The plainest Jane. Good morning. Good morning. I see $1 million lawsuit, baby. Something. Yeah, I just realized I have, I got two computers. One needs to be on mute. I had them both on mute, so it was doubling up my sound. Me to all. I see a check with a lot of zeros. Oh yeah, a straight lawsuit. I would sue the brakes off everyone involved. Julie needs to be practicing how to say I'm rich, bitch. They think we all look alike. Right. The fuck? A class to teach those folks that not all melanated people look alike. That implicit biasness. We all look alike. Like I just cussed a coworker out also asking me, so I know every black person that gets arrested. No comment. Honey, I don't even think my coworker. I think my coworker is probably like, you don't ask him that. I'll be like, no, do you know them? What about you? It looks funny. I would have thought, what? Now you got me fucked. Ox City 805 Queen. Good morning, boo. You on time. We just in local news, driving to an appointment. Hey, Risa. Good morning. And listening from the clouds. Thank you. All right. So along those lines of suing the city, check this story out. So still in local news. So let me tell you about what happened. We have this woman on November 21st, 2021. So she has a boyfriend who had been physically abusing her, abusing the hell out of her. And she's a smaller frame girl, and I think she was maybe addicted to drugs. I don't know. I'm saying that allegedly. And this story is coming to us out of Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to Joe. And so this woman on November 21st, 2021, she had called the police and said, you know, this guy just beat me like days earlier with a liquor bottle. And, I'm tore all up and I got a restraining order out on him. And he's sending me text messages and texting my friends and stuff saying that he gonna do this. Can y'all come to my house and see this stuff so that, y'all can make sure I'm safe? So they was hesitant on the phone, like, girl, what? We might. I don't know. We might. And so they did come out eventually that same day and they said, look, man, we looking at these text messages. It's just not enough for us to do anything. We ain't gonna arrest him. We ain't gonna do nothing. So they left. How about a fucking hour later, the man comes to the house, comes in, open the door, shoots and kills her in front of her mother. The mother, while the girl, before she got killed, she called 911 again because she had saw him running down the street coming towards her house. So she's on the phone with him. He's here, he's here, he's here. Shoots and kills her. The mother picks up the phone, talking to the 911 folks, like, oh my God, my baby. Now the 911 operator the whole time is like, well, ma'am, we just left. Like, man, what do you want us to do? And so that happened in November 21st, 2021. Well, the mother on November 22nd, 2022, filed a lawsuit with the police department saying, y'all are the reason my daughter's dead. Y'all did not come to her rescue when y'all were supposed to. And so they were like, no, we follow protocol. We follow protocol. Well, a couple of days ago, by the court, in deposing evidence and testimony to back her up, they released the phone call of that fucking. And I said, let this be a lesson for all police officers who think they know every fucking thing. You don't. You don't know every domestic situation. You don't know the intricacies. If the girl say he's sending her a threatened text message and she just got beat with a glass bottle, why the fuck would you not go arrest him for sending her another message? So y'all get into this, and shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being here. We got to talk about it. You know, I wanted to talk about this because for me, it was the lesson for police officers. You dummies. Not all of them, but in this case, in this situation, and in this case, this makes no sense. Now the mother is here trying to get justice.
It was a 911 call that captured a terrifying moment when police say an estranged husband repeatedly shot a Nashville woman who later died.
And that woman's mother is suing the city of Nashville, saying officers never should have let it get to that point. And tonight for the time, News Channel 5's Jason Lamb is digging into 911 what that woman you to hear.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
He's here. He's here. The mother of Michaela Carter is suing Metro Nashville for what happened in the middle of this call in November 2021.
He's 6'6", he's like 260. Are you sending somebody? Did you ever send somebody? And what's going on? What's going on?
A lawsuit says earlier in the day, Michaela's estranged husband called and sent text messages to her, looking for her. The lawsuit says that violated a protection order Michaela had against him. Michaela with a glass liquor bottle earlier that year. But when Metro Police the text messages, the lawsuit's officers told her they still have enough evidence to arrest her husband and brought her back home to Antioch. Police left. Her husband came back. Michaela called.
We've been going through this all day. We've been talking to police. The police just left from checking my house.
Okay.
Beating on the door now.
Okay. But after this, you can hear at least through the line. Her husband, police say, shot her. Her mom picked up the phone.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God.
Where has she been shot? Can you tell me?
Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord.
Michaela later died. Police eventually arrested James Leggett for the shooting, but the lawsuit says police should have known they had enough to arrest him for violating the protection order before he shot Michaela. Amelia Luna works with the Legal Aid Society, a nonprofit that helps people experiencing domestic abuse.
If you have friends or family that are victims of abuse, give them this information. Because information is power and it helps and will help people be safe.
She says beyond an order of protection, it's important to have a safety plan, including a place to go if things get out of hand, advice to keep situations from developing into anything more. Jason Lamb, Channel 5.
In response to the lawsuit today,
Now that makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. And I completely blame it. I know they want to talk about domestic violence and how, survivors, should find a place to get out. Can we talk about police training? Can we talk about that? There's no reason why that woman had a whole protective order. She's following what she should have done. She called the police when she got a text message from them. But it's up to somebody who thinks that they have the wherewithal to judge and decide that that wasn't enough time then. And or comes to this woman, so now to get as is the signal. Is the signal still good? I'm gonna wait till the signal catches up. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. All right. Sad and crazy story. Sad and crazy story. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this. What's going on with this? The amount of black men is just tragic. This is horrible. Oh, that's so sad and shameful. They should have arrested him for sure. Arrest man, certainly been arrested. I'm not sure why they didn't arrest him. It's my signal. Fucking up my show, man. This is heartbreaking. Too much. These police are getting taxed, killing our government. It's just sad. It is completely sad, and this is eye-opening. When Carter called the Metro Police and showed officers the text messages, the lawsuit says officers brought her back home and told her they still didn't have enough evidence to that prohibit. Legit came back after police left, and Carter called 911. And so now she's suing the city for a maximum award and for $30 million in compensatory and punitive damages against Legit. I hope she gets every fucking penny that she can from them. She deserves it. She absolutely 100% deserves it. There's no reason why her daughter was killed like that and police were already involved. All right, so let's move on to this other crazy story, and we're still in local news. So this Amazon guy, this guy that works at Amazon, so he earlier this day, and this was last Wednesday, okay, this woman was about to give birth the next day, Thursday or Friday. She was induced to give labor. Her baby dad and her on the Wednesday, last Wednesday in question, they had got into it. He had confided in her and told her that he had another child due on the way by another woman. So they had physically fought that day. Like physically, he fought his baby mom that day. He left and then she left. Well, something told her heart, because he texted her and called her and said, hey, I need a ride. I need a ride to work, Amazon. Something in her heart was like, okay, all right, let me give him a ride. She called, she reached out, picked him up and was driving him to Amazon. She pulls up into the Amazon location, parks her car. He opens up the door, goes in her back of her car, opens up the back of her car and shoots her from behind the back. Blank, gun, shot and killed her just like that. And this was all because she's the mother of 4, including the baby that she was holding. Now the baby, she did end up having the baby. The baby she's dead. The baby is in critical condition at the hospital. The father has been arrested. And now the problem is that all of the family knew the signs. Everybody in the family knew this. She was going through this in this relationship with this guy. She confided in the family, but the family just stood their grounds and stood their wayside. And so now we find ourselves in this situation. I'm trying to see. y'all gotta hear this story because we gotta get this message out. So check this one out.
To our Devon Rami about how they're remembering her and seeking justice as her newborn son fights for his life.
Girl, light my baby candles. Light the rest on. Make sure they lit up.
On the doorsteps of 31-year-old O'Neill's apartment.
She's been here a month, this month 5th. She just moved here.
Balloons and candle lights drive out the darkness that lingers, keeping Katina O'Neill up at night since her pregnant daughter was shot and killed.
I got to go the rest of my life without my baby.
Police say this man, her fiance, 32-year-old Dante McCray, shot O'Neill outside the Amazon warehouse in Lakeville Sunday night.
My sister didn't deserve that.
Katina says the problem started with infidelity, which she says McCray admitted to when they came to visit just hours before her daughter was killed.
So when he told me, he's like, oh, well, Ma, it's a baby. I looked, I said, so you didn't cheat, you got a child? He like, yeah.
Katina says after a physical altercation that afternoon, the couple went their separate ways. O'Neill went for a drive.
She said, I want to go alone. So I'm thinking she's going to Bent.
Her mother says her caring heart led her back to McCray.
I should have just told her, girl, I'm going anyway. You know.
He was on his way to work, and she took him to work. Even though all that they did there, she still
went and picked him up and took him to work.
where she and investigators say things took a turn.
He went in the back of her car in her back door and grabbed her gun out of her purse and aimed it at her.
Activity on his own.
As candles shine a light in hope of saving others from this family's darkness.
Domestic violence. If you involved in anyone like this, just get away, stay away.
Well, leave silently. Don't even say your plans. Just find an escape.
Now, the family says doctors are running several tests on Messiah, and they will know on Friday whether or not they have to take him off of life support. A GoFundMe has also been set up to assist Katina as she takes care of O'Neal's other 3 remaining kids.
Oh, man, your heart.
Senseless. Another senseless story, and it's so sad. It's so sad. Time and time again, you find these stories where the woman is like, all right, this situation happened, and she goes back and tries to help out, and she did. She went back. She picked him up. She took him to work. For me, it was the physical. Y'all have physically fought, and you're pregnant. That man don't love you, and you already been getting your ass beat by this man. That man don't love you, she still, took him to work, and he went in the car and shot her went in her purse and got her own gun out, shot her in the back with her own gun. Now he's arrested. This should never got to this point. Family already knew everything. Again, I always talk about it because I want folks to know it should never get to this point. Know the signs. No, that nigga don't love you as much as you. He gonna change. He's not gonna change. He ain't gonna change. He's not going to change. You're not gonna change him. If he got nerve enough to come in and tell you that, yeah, I cheated and I got a baby on the way, girl, what the fuck you think? It's nothing else. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to this woman. And condolences to the family. And I also want anybody who's going through domestic violence, any of these stories that we're talking about that I'm covering today, please feel free to reach out to someone. If you ain't got nobody, you can always hit me up. Everything is confidential. I don't mind being an opening ear if you need to talk to somebody about it. But nobody should be going through situations like this, especially in our community, dealing with this. We're at the top of the year. I kicked off the year's show with the bullshit going on. Y'all go watch our first show from January and see how the year started. And we're here already 10 days in, 12 days in, 13 days in, and shit ain't changing. And it gets worse. We still in local news. It gets worse. 2 more local news stories to go. And thank y'all for still joining me. My God, I know it gets dragging sometimes. I know, but I have to talk about it. It be on my mind when I see the story and I can't get it off my mind. The mistaken identity, Philly lady. That story stuck with me. How can the fuck police officers in another state confuse the lady? Sue the city. How in the hell this lady daughter literally went through all of this shit and literally they've done nothing. She on the phone with them telling them this man is coming back and they did nothing. And she called 911. So all of these stories for me, they stuck with me. Now we had Keenan Anderson. So we're at another story. Now we got a 13-year-old girl who was shot because she told her boyfriend, I wanted to break up with you. Now get the details of this. They've known each other for a while. This is childhood romance. This is the stuff you see, the little love stories, the kids and stuff like that. So she and him had been dating for a while, but they had gotten into a really, really bad argument. And so he took it upon himself to invade her Snapchat. So he's on her Snapchat and he sees some things that he don't like and he doesn't want to see. So she says to him, hey, can we meet? Can we walk? So they go for a walk. 13-year-old girl, 14-year-old boy go for a walk. And she says, look, I want to end a relationship. And the boy, where in the fuck he gets a gun from, shoots her, pulls the gun out, shoot her blank range in her face, shoots her. And she runs off and tries to find a car. A car stops and calls 911. Now this girl is in the hospital. She was beautiful young black girl was in the hospital. She now has only one eye and had almost like rest of her face is messed up in stitches because of love. 13 and 14-year-olds. Now the mother and the father, of course, nobody saw any signs. He was the sweetest thing, but nothing tells me this man had been doing things to his daughter. Absolutely. You can't tell me she hasn't. Abso-fucking-lutely. So y'all, I want y'all to check this story out, and I'm bringing this one up because yes, domestic violence isn't just in adults or teenage. This stuff is getting younger. You got to look for the signs for your own kids. Girl, what? Like, boy, what? What's going on? And check your own children. You have to check your own child. So y'all get into this story. It's a sad one, but yeah, I'm putting it out there. I'm bold enough to put it out there.
Violent hurdle. That is the word miracle. 14-year-old Jaslene Jones still has a future ahead despite an enormous hurdle.
One phone call Sunday was one of the worst for Juan Perales, his son on the line, frantic, then learning his granddaughter had been shot as many as 4 times, all in the head. Perales made it to Children's Wisconsin just as doctors were moving Jaslene Jones from the medical helicopter to the facility.
I was just praying, man. I'm praying that God will look over her, look over her and my family, just don't know what we do without her.
And he did look out for her.
Oh, definitely. There's nothing less, man, nothing less than her. And that's God's work.
Jaslene survived. Her grandfather able to see her that same day.
Took a little while, but they were able to get us up there and stuff. And she was, like I said, she was awake. She was talking, still being her same self. Wanted to get on Snapchat and stuff right away,
But her story, similar to so many others police have seen, a criminal complaint describing domestic violence and a boyfriend upset over her breaking up with him. The accused shooter, also 14.
These are they're babies, man. They're babies, and to know that happened to my granddaughter. And, I've met this boy. I've met him. He's been around family functions.
Prosecutors writing, the boy shot Jaslene near these railroad tracks in Racine. And as she begged for her life, prosecutors writing, the shooter used the words to the effect of, "You have to die," and squeezed the trigger at least 3 more times. But tonight, Jaslene is still alive.
This is just going to empower her to even be greater, just be a greater person, and she's got a story. She's got a story to tell. When it's her time, she's going to tell her story, and for the whole world to hear it.
And that criminal complaint says the teen suspect admitted to shooting Jaslene in a fit of rage over a Snapchat post and the breakup, Kristen.
And Derek, you can hear the emotion in that grandfather's voice, and we understand Jaslene underwent another procedure tonight.
She did, and unfortunately, her family tells us she will lose one of her eyes and is still processing that news. But her grandfather told me after coming so close to losing her, he's simply grateful she is still here. And she says she still has an enormous future ahead.
And another senseless, violent act on a child. Now, what's sad here is that a lot of times, family, parents don't even know the signs of domestic violence in their children. Young girls will probably hide it; they won't say anything. And if there's a young male, they probably certainly won't say anything. But it's something worth y'all paying attention to. So I wanted to bring that story up. Now, the last local news story I have for y'all today. My God, okay, and forget being a fiance, it's boyfriend and husband. It wasn't her time to get shot close range in the head. Many don't survive that. They don't. Lord God, today people are getting worse and worse. All my life I've heard we are living in the last days, but now I see that to be true. Baby shot her with her own gun. How many times have we heard this story? Don't depend on them. Go to the shooting range, learn how to fire right in front of her. Yes, no protection for domestic violence victims. So now this next let me see, do I have it here? This next story, and I've been covering these situations for a while now, especially for people, for single women, me, vulnerable folks, anybody who might be vulnerable to criminal behavior. I've always been talking to you all about being vigilant and being mindful when you're at gas stations or stores or stuff like that, because you never know who's out trying to get you, or you never know what situation. Well, we have this woman here. She's at a gas station, a local convenience store, and she's in the corner store or whatever. And she goes in there, you know, she got her little leggings on, she looking thick and cute. And so this guy's trying to holler at her. He's trying to holler at her. And so she walks in the store. She don't pay him no attention outside the store. So she walks in the store and she's doing her thing. He's still trying to throw some game at her. And she's like, nah, I'm good or whatever. So he, you know, whatever. I guess he didn't like that. So she goes outside to pump her gas. And he looks like he's gonna drive off. Well, not only does he not drive off, he pulls up to her where she at, and you won't believe what happens next. I need y'all to be very, very vigilant and mindful of what goes on everywhere you are, not just everywhere. Don't think somebody just cute and safe ain't gonna protect you. Look at this. Now I'm gonna be able to narrate this all the way through because it ain't no audio on it. This is just all surveillance footage. All right. So we got the dude. Here you go. He pull up in the car, right? And he gets out, goes inside. Now, this is after she done told him already that she's not interested. Gets up, goes inside. And as you see him entering, you can see the other woman and the other girl. She comes in the frame on the camera. You see her right there. And he's still trying to spit some game at her. Still trying to go at her. Still trying to go at her. She like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. So he goes over to the other area. I guess he claimed like he finna do something. And she's over there handling her business at the other register. So she leaves. Here he go. How many times y'all see that shit? You got to be careful. That shit ain't cute. And so she's at her pump, pumping her gas because she walked out the store first. Here he go getting in his car. You think he about to leave, right? Like, dog, dude about to go. He about to leave. He about to leave. He about to leave. He finna leave her alone. He gonna leave her alone. He ain't finna fuck with her. No, he actually gets out his car, walk back up to her. She done told you, nigga, I'm not interested. We have nothing else to talk about. There is nothing else to talk about. Girl, at this point, I would have stopped pumping gas. He's still with another car riding by. So she walk around to her front door. Look at this shit. This nigga walk over boldly, stand in front, block her car. Wait, what? What? Takes her motherfucking purse. Takes her bag from her. She trying her hardest. Takes her fucking bag. All because this girl didn't want to give him no play. And he gone. Now they out looking for a nigga. They out looking for him. Are you kidding me? The desperate nature of these cornballs. Are you fucking kidding me? If that's not desperado, what is it? Because she said no, she not interested. You gonna take her bag like a punk? I hope she should have left her cell phone in there so they could track her fucking phone and get your ass. It looked like she grabbed her phone and maybe her keys or something out of her bag. But he took her whole bag. Y'all better be careful. These dudes hollering at y'all at the store. Everybody be careful. Ain't nobody that fucking nice that they gonna walk up to you while you pumping gas. That would have been my first sign. All right, I'm done pumping gas. Whoever next gonna be blessed. Let me get the fuck up out of here. You playing games. I'd have got in on the passenger side, locked my doors, and rolled my ass over the other side. I don't want to speak to you, sir. We ain't got nothing to talk about, sir. Oh, I'd have sat in my passenger seat with the doors locked. Just sat right there. That's all you had to do. Just, this is a lesson. I'm just trying to put something out there just in case this happened to anybody. Be very fucking vigilant. You don't know these crazy ass fucking dudes nowadays. Miss my church baby, and we are living in the last days. I cannot. What is going on with these men? Hey, Sticks girl, it's good to see you. I have to catch the replay. I'm getting a pistol ASAP. No, I am scared. Don't tell me pull the lighter. Her whole purse. I want to call you. I want to talk to you just because I want to talk to you. It wasn't her time to go get shot. No, it wasn't her time. Now, before we wrap up local news, our local news section of today, I wanna just sum all of that up and bring us to a nice home before we get into hot topics. Okay. Now I know at times these stories be like, damn, it's a heavy, Roman. It's heavy. It's heavy. Yes, it's heavy. Yes, is what's going on. And I would be very contradictory if I only came out here with stories where it's racist attacks and stuff like that. We got to talk about I try to be well balanced. We do enough of those stories, and we need to do some stories about what we're doing and where we need to heal. We do our child stories. We do our politics. We talk about, racist attacks. We talk about culture, businesses, and we have to get into domestic violence. And so this was our domestic violence, a bunch of the stories today where you see youth, older, women going through it, a lot of different stories. But I want y'all to know one thing. Don't ever make you feel discouraged about where you stand as a person. Okay? Through everything you go through, I need everybody to still rise and still stand up to the occasion and still be strong. Okay? All right, don't take this as, oh my God, this world is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, but every time something crazy goes on, we as a people still rise up to the occasion and we try to figure this shit out and move forward. And that's what I wanted to say. And so I'm going to play this clip while I get myself ready for the second half of the show, which is Hot Topics. And make sure y'all hit that like button. And thank you to the crew for sticking around. I know it was deep and heavy, but I hope y'all like this and it smooths it over.
And then I'm done. I know what they wonder. What else can we do to them? We have tried it all. Nothing seems to work. Enslaved for 100 years, that didn't break them. Black codes, that didn't break them. Jim Crow, that didn't break them. Lynchings, that didn't break them. Mass incarceration, that didn't break them. What manner of people is this? We have tried everything, and still they rise. We have committed every possible atrocity we can think of, and still they rise. We have disenfranchised them, and still they rise. Made it illegal for them to read. They went on to be the presidents of HBCUs. Still they rise. We redlined them, and still they rise. We placed them in food deserts, and still they rise. We dropped crack in their communities, and still they rise. We divided up their families, and still they rise. We denied them adequate health care, and still they rise. Denied them reparations, and still they rise. We broke down their institutions, and still they rise. How? How is it possible that they are still standing?
And this is why we are still standing and still rising, because we come out, we talk the message, we tell people we ain't going, that ain't right, here are the facts, we correct each other when we wrong. And that's why I do it. And that's why we still stand. And that's why we rise. Pat yourself on the back for getting through local news. Woo! We did that. All right, y'all. We got through local news. I know it's hot and heavy. Woo! Baby, now we're going to switch right on over to Hot Topics. Okay? We got, 45 minutes to go. We got almost to get to our 2-hour mark. Wow, people are crazy. I felt for sure you were going to say something else. Still bad though. But here's the thing, Brick Girl. It only takes us not seeing that clip for it to be something bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, now that us that's watching know that kind of shit happened, how many of us will now be even more vigilant while we're standing at a gas station, or we're standing around, or a dude is hollering at you and you think he cute and he's funny, he approach you closer. Now you can be a little bit more like, nah, nigga, I know something. I know how this shit go. Back up. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want it to get to that point. You're right. We don't want it to get to that point. Hey, good morning, Lamone. Good morning. Keep doing what you're doing, because it set you apart from the others. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I accept that word. Yes. We're still standing. We're still standing. We're still standing. And I'm going to still be here to talk about it. All right. We finna get over into Hot Topics. So the first thing I want to bring y'all to Hot Topics is NeYo. So allegedly NeYo show. So allegedly NeYo got another baby on the way. That's the T. Okay, that's the T. Now, we've seen recently NeYo been showing pictures of his new child, the child with Sade. She goes by Big Sade on social media. And so we see the baby's pretty and precious. He posted on social media, I am blessed. Thank you, God, for my beautiful children and the people that helped me raise them. All of these good things. And so, I'm like, okay, that's good to, clap about your child. Now, even though it's from your side chick, from your marriage to Crystal, which when she divorced you, she definitely said she outed this woman and this baby. But come to find out, once the baby is here, this woman is out here, NeYo Sade. Now, this is the woman, this is the side chick, and this is the new baby. Allegedly, she out here flaunting a whole new baby. Now, the Neighborhood Talk first reported this back in September, that the baby mama is pregnant again. They already have a baby that was conceived while he was married to Crystal. That's the one that he's been out here flaunting and happy holidays to. but they're saying that now she's out here flaunting a new baby bump, and that it's potentially NeYo's. And this is a part of why she said when in her divorce proceedings, it was irreconcilable. Like this is beyond irreconcilable, because not only did he have that child, but he got another whole baby on the way. And so I'm like, now this is all allegedly. We don't know for sure. We don't know for a fact, but it's reported that he's expecting another child, his baby mom, amid the divorce from Crystal Smith. And all I got to say is, so what we doing, NeYo? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I want to know, what are we doing? What are we doing, NeYo? Are you trying to start a farm? Because this is what, baby number 6. Were you about what, 7 off from Nick Cannon? What's going on? All these condoms out in the world, all of this contraception and protection, and y'all just want to go and just throw it all out. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. I like his ex-wife. He lost a good one. Yeah, he definitely lost a good one. NeYo ain't worth shit. And it sucks because sometimes people's image is their brand, and you look at their music and you look at them like, oh, he's a good guy. And it's like, damn, I thought he was really a good guy for a while. But no, this nigga, and it wouldn't shock me after this baby, he gonna be fucking around with somebody else. So I'll stay tuned. We'll see if NeYo got a baby on the way or not. Do I think it's true? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I do think it's a high potential for NeYo to have this woman knocked up again, though. I mean, the optics of it. This was posted in September from the Neighborhood Talk, and in January she posting pictures of their already baby with her baby bump. And so it's like, you got another one on the way, girl, you want to tell us about? Now, speaking of surprises, we also got Kanye West out here with a secret wedding with this mystery woman. Now, everybody's saying she's a mystery woman. Her name is Bianca Sensori. She has been an architect designer for Kanye West Yeezy for about 7 years. So he's been around her. So it's one or two things. He married her, or he been cheating on Kim with this woman. Because if she's been around for 7 years, she's been around while you were with Kim. And if now y'all are an item, what does that mean? Did it just grow after Kim, or had it always been there and you stopped it when you were with Kim and then decided to proceed further? Like, what are we doing here? And so they're speculating they're married because this ring was spotted in a picture on Yeezy. And sources are saying that they had a private ceremony of some sort, and they're not sure if they filed a marriage certificate to make it legal yet. And that she changed her hair from this brunette color to this blonde. And I say, yeah, because she don't want to look like Kim Kardashian. She don't want to look like Kim Kardashian. That's what's going on. Because you look just like Kim. Do I think this is true? I mean, I think Kanye would give somebody a promise ring. I think Kanye would give somebody a love ring, a mood ring. Hey, it's Saturday. Here, take this ring. We've seen his dates, his trial by error dates, and then people blow up from there. So I don't know if it's true or not. But if it is, girl, do you know what you're in for? Kanye does not need to be in a relationship or a marriage with anyone right now. He needs to really focus on his own mental health and what his future looks like. And again, the optics of this, 7 years, y'all known each other. All right, girl, don't fuck up his the custody and stuff. You've been fucking around with him on Kim. Don't piss Kim off and she try to go file for full custody of the kids. Seriously now. I'm just saying. And then they're saying that Kim could also put Kanye West in a conservatorship because of his pending lawsuits, because so many people are trying to sue him for all these different things. And so she could do that because California law says that a spouse or someone who's a benefactor of your proceeds of that level, like a parent of one of your children, can file to put conservatorship over your finances at the benefit of the kids, meaning that protect the bag. And I said, now, fuck Kim doing a conservatorship. I see her going to get full fucking custody off of this 7-year cheating scandal. So we'll stay tuned. I want to know how much this is going to uncover about Kanye. I do see her trying to do a conservatorship. I do see that in the future, but I don't think she was interested right now. No, he did. And Crystal and either. She was the side chick. Okay, how you get him is how you lose him. How you get him is how you lose him. Side chick became a wife, now being replaced by another side chick. You get what you pay for. I love your versatility. Thank you, Zaire. You know how much effort, work, memory go into doing two sides of a show into one. I be wanting to do local news, but then it'd be so much other stuff to talk about. So thank you. I'm glad you noticed it. After NeYo's first children, mothers tied onto because he somewhat demanded it. Baby, is his divorce final to remarry? That's what. Here we go, Risa. Okay, we will not be moved. Sure do. He's special, a special kind of guy. That kind. He's a stunt queen. I don't put nothing past him. He obviously has a type. Clearly has a type. Clearly he has a type. Oh no, Miss Toby, the Kardashians are weird. They really have a way. They way with the man. Monietta said NeYo did not cheat on her with Crystal. That has been a long-standing rumor. The internet will not let go. Can she do that if he married to someone else? I think the only difference is that if the benefactor of his estate is his children, like you got to pay like children or something. I think the other parent then can, and I think it's a certain monetary value before you can come forward and say I want to be the conservator. You can't come and be the conservator of somebody's estate when there's like the value of that estate isn't worth the work of putting a conservatorship over it, like hiring someone to audit those finance records. Like I don't think that, but I definitely think that I don't know. We'll see. I hear an echo. I'm trying to see, where do I hear myself? We'll see. The Kardashians are weird. They sure have their way with men. Child, yeah, probably receive money on top of that money to say that. Miss Toby ain't letting it up. She got cheated on. So we'll see. Now let's get into this other tea. So 50 Cent apologized to Megan. 50 Cent posted this and he said that, damn, I'm confused. All this shit going around. I don't know what to think. LOL. And he basically called Megan the new Jussie Smollett. So 50 Cent being his self, he went on and he basically apologized. What's going on here? Hold on. Hold on. While I'm doing that, y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that like button for me, please. Crew. I don't know why it's taking so long to load today. So long, Lord, load. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for still being here. I appreciate it. I wanted to show this clip of 50 Cent apologizing to Megan Thee Stallion for the comments he made.
On social media, I posted things that when she said she was with Gail, and she said that were you intimate with Tory Lanez? And she said, what? And then it was like, no. And I was like, she lying. Mm-hmm. At that point, I knew she's lying. There wouldn't be no reason for me to be around each other, babe. And then from that, it felt like she was lying to me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, little things would pop up, and I wasn't being supportive of her at that point.
You were a little more vocal.
Yeah, and the only reason why I felt like, at some point you should apologize, I should apologize to her, is because when I heard the phone conversation, that made me feel like, oh shit. Now I know what happened.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, and I'm sure that was probably what would.
You can say it. What convicted him? You can say it. Yeah. Shout out to 50 Cent for doing that, because a lot of celebrities, a lot of people owe Megan her, sort of some sort of, I apologize. A lot of folks came, prejudged her. A lot of people did, and a lot of people still are prejudging her. So I think it was big of 50 Cent, the master of trolling online, to come on and say, you know what, Megan, I'm sorry, and I apologize. And how many of us knew the phone call was going to be the one that nailed him in the coffin? That was the major thing. It was the phone call. Everyone heard that audio and like, dog, what are you apologizing for? So we'll see. Now the whole trial is taking a turn for another leap. Now they're looking for a new trial. So shout out to 50 Cent. I appreciate him for definitely offering up his condolences, his apologies to Megan. Now we got the Young Thug trial. Now the Young Thug trial has been delayed. Now, first it was delayed, for a lot of different reasons. You had witnesses doing all kind of things. The jury selection process has already seen its fair share of drama, with one woman being ordered to write a 30-page essay after skipping jury duty in favor of a vacation to the Dominican Republic. Then you got another potential juror and a client who's now, one of the jurors reached out to the lawyer of Young Thug via email. So that lawyer brought that up to the judge. And so they're going through over 600 jurors. They're saying it's going to be up to 5 to 6 weeks before this case even starts. So that's where we are with this trial. And the trial could last on for a year. So we'll be here covering that for a while. Now, I posted this on my community wall. Gunna had, returned to social media, and he's been met with cold shoulders. So he posted this on his social media. He captioned it, "Niggas acting like they switch into a side, but it's only one side. YSL the label, Free Thug, and Yak Gunna back." And he goes on to Twitter to say, "Rest in peace, Keed. I love you and I miss you, twin." And so first, Unfunk goes on his page and say, "All that internet shit, not P. I'm being humble with you niggas." Now, here's the thing with Unfunk. Unfunk also took a plea deal in the Rico case. Now, it wasn't the first one, but he also took a plea deal. So, dog, why you mad at Gunna? Fuck you mad at Gunna for? But so he said also, "Rest in peace, Keed. I love you and my twin." Now, his twin, Lil Got It, was like, "Niggas need to stop that cat. Also, don't call me twin." So people are like, "No, we're not fucking with you." And I said this. I said Gunna's gonna get blackballed the same way they did 6ix9ine. It'll be interesting to see who still fucks with him and who doesn't, a part of that YSL. Even the sister, she went on to say, "Unfollow Gunna." Now, remember when we talked about this before? The sister came out here, "Y'all don't blame Gunna. He cool. We still fuck with Gunna." Well, shortly after he got on social media, she went and unfollowed him. She mad too. Even DJ Act, YSL having a civil war beef on Instagram. Gunna came out and tried testing the water, claiming YSL the label, and said "Free Thugger." And everybody in YSL looking at Gunna like, "Nigga, you the reason he in there." They all unfollowed him right after even Thug's sister. So he's here in this position now. And it's like, do I feel bad for Gunna? I don't feel bad for Gunna, because this is what comes when you take a plea deal. Who I feel bad for is actually for Young Thug, because you shouldn't just be mad. I mean, for the people who are mad at Gunna, y'all shouldn't just be mad at Gunna. Y'all should be mad at Young Thug and everybody who made the decision to label YSL a gang. Half this shit y'all wouldn't be involved in if y'all just had a label and then did all y'all other shit as friends. The fuck? Why do we got to be YSL the group affiliate? Why not have a label and then do all your other shit on the side? We ain't got to be tied to it. Have people who are actual employees, artists, so you can separate them from just being people who do hit jobs. So no, I don't feel bad. I just feel bad because Gunna knew what he was getting himself involved in, and taking a plea, you know what you're gonna get yourself involved in. So in a way, I don't feel bad for him. Dang. Good morning, Zap. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, Kimberly Black. Thank y'all for coming through. All right, so let's get into Tory Lanez. So all of a sudden now, via Sunstar Peterson, the Lanez crew and family have forgiven Megan Thee Stallion. So yesterday, Sunstar Peterson and all of his glory, all of it, honey. I don't know if that's a tattoo or a lining or the light projection, but whatever it is, dog, you did that. He did that. So yesterday he hosted what is this called? A live tonight, a live on Instagram, 10 p.m. And he aired out some information, aired out some grievances, had, talked about the different interesting points that we wanted to know. The two things that I wanted to talk about was his thoughts on Megan Cuniff. Now, we all have been following Megan Cuniff, and I posted on my community wall how Megan Cuniff is now about to launch a YouTube channel. That's right. She's getting paid now to do her stuff on YouTube. Somebody's paying her for her to turn her shit into a YouTube show. So she's gonna do that. I'm gonna be supporting. But everybody was following her during this case, and everybody else. So he goes on in his video to accuse her of leaking stuff out of the court and how you couldn't do certain stuff and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh really? That's what you mad at? You mad at her for that? And then he also goes on to talk about Megan Thee Stallion and how, we forgive her. It's not her, it's the machine. And even after that, he goes and say, if you don't, now he's holier than thou. Now you got to forgive yourself. He went to talk about he wasn't trying to pull a publicity stunt when he was out in front of the court. He wasn't trying to go viral. What? Nigga, all of that was true. So let's get into this messiness of it. Now, what's funny is that people are saying that his IG was deleted, that all of his posts were taken down, the video and all that good stuff. But shortly afterwards, it was restored. And I said, it sounded like a stunt to me. I said, when they delete your profile, that picture is gone and it says all your posts is gone. But he had, only we couldn't see the followers and following, but it came back up, it popped back up. So let's get into this. Let me see what y'all was thinking about it. Hey, did y'all watch it? I wish this man would have several seats. Lord, he definitely has his daddy's head shape, baby. All right, let's check this out.
all. I came because I had for 2.5 years seeing injustice being perpetrated against an innocent man. There are those who would say, oh, that's your son, you will believe anything. Truth be that before I had children, I was sworn to serve. I am an ambassador for there are those who will disapprove.
Sorry, y'all. I think it's breaking up. Hold on.
And there are those who will say will go viral. That was never the issue at all. I came out because after 2.5 years, seeing an injustice being perpetrated against an innocent man, there are those who would say, oh, well, that's your son, you will believe anything. Truth be that before I had children, I was sworn to serve the kingdom of heaven. I am an ambassador of that kingdom. So people can say whatever they want. After this message today, there are those who will applaud. There are those who will disapprove. And there are those who will downright try to make it say what they wanted to say because they so fear the truth come out. That some would say, oh, he was so emotional. It was just an emotional father. Listen to me. I fought many battles in my life, and I fought battles for people who were not even my children. I've been a voice for the voiceless for a long time. Some of you may not know this, and that's why I'm introducing myself, that you may know who is standing in front of you right now. It was not merely an emotional outburst. I saw an evil system. I sat in a courthouse and I watched how evidence was literally obscured, blocked, barred. Everything and anything that was actual evidence that could speak to my son's innocence. I saw people go above and beyond the call of duty to make sure that it never came in to. And now, and it's interesting that the people are really not as stupid as many would like to think that they are. Because I've seen that people have actually looked at all of it and say, nah, something's wrong. Something is really, really wrong here. And we're just not buying things that were supposed to have been evidence in a trial, as though the guilty verdict was not enough. Then you had persons like this lady, what's her name? This journalist. This woman actually went on and said that she saw my wife giving transcripts or leaking information to certain journalists to put out on the internet. Wait. Stop for a second. Number one, why would the district attorney's office give us things to put out on the internet to make my son look even worse? Hence, I'm talking about the interview with Kelsey. Why? That makes no sense. So I realized that this woman was saying things for the sake of clout.
So I had to realize this woman was saying things for clout. I felt like that all of that was a that's what's going on. I felt like all of that was rehearsed. I felt like he was trying too hard to push. You already know that they're trying to push to get Tory Lanez out here to talk about the case. They want to move that he's no longer barred from sharing details or talking about the case. So now you got his father out here, and this is the shit he say. He's talking about this stuff and Megan Kunith and how, you know, he's not trying to pull a viral stunt, and how his wife was, to me, it spoke bullshit. It gave me, yeah, anybody who's legal or probably have somewhere with all, they probably look at this like, yeah, it don't sound like y'all have a heavy appeal or a heavy motion to dismiss, so y'all want a whole new trial. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. I did not feel like his father at one bit was giving, you know, some emotional plea. And then he went on this whole rampant about how the public, oh my God, how the public is starting to see the truth. What fucking truth are we starting to see? You got 50 Cent already out here apologizing. What truth are we seeing that we haven't saw already, sir? You sound a little confused. So I was a little confused myself about what he was talking about. When talking goes too far, just loud and wrong, he's doing way too much. Hey, Shantae, good morning. Good morning. Sir, your first responsibility is to your family. People like you always throw God in the mix to avoid responsibility until you prioritize the basics. You can't preach to me. It sounds like a whole, let me not even start on that one. What is that, an airbrushed lineup? What the fuck? Exactly. Did y'all, I mean, come on. Y'all. Baby, I saw that part and I said, oh, let me curve mine a little bit. Let me add a little curve to mine. Okay. And then his whole, I couldn't take him serious. Your name is Sunstar. What the fuck is this? Is this a Canadian thing? Sunstar? That gives me like somebody was trying to play with y'all. If Tory is innocent, how come his defense nor father painted that have told the world who the real shooter is? How come the defense team never gave the events of that night from Tory's viewpoint? Risa, all right, Risa. This is why that man walked around violent and operated with no regards, as he clearly never had accountability. He need to sit all the way down. Sound like Bishop Rolex, bald Rolex, tatted Rolex. Baby, the delusion. Tory has been leaking stories and molding that narrative for 2 years. It's what led to all of this to begin with. Okay, I agree. So now he's out here talking. So he didn't just stop there. Of course, he has something else to say. So he gave his comments on Meg the Stallion. And I guess, you know,
Right here and say this, and this might come as a shock to many of you. But guess what? Both my son, myself, and others of our family have long decided that we are not going to hold any animosity against Megan Pete, aka Megan the Stallion. We forgave that girl long time ago, because again, we know that the principle of forgiveness is important in order to cleanse one's heart, to cleanse one's soul, and to not be, bound up with hatred and hatred, trust me, resentment, bitterness, those things can actually cause diseases of the bones. It has been proven.
I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of your preaching. I don't want to hear none of that. None of that. I don't want to hear none of it. And he didn't stop there.
Because you're holding on to something that is negative against the real life force in your life. So whatever you do in life, no matter how hard it is, forgive. Because forgiveness is not for the other person. It's for you. It's for you. And so that's what we decided. Some will actually, no doubt, question, is he actually saying that Tory forgave Megan for all of what's going on? Yes, we have forgiven her. But what we will not back down from is the machine that has been in the background trying to press a narrative in order to use this girl for what they have.
Bunch of bullshit. What? First of all, forgiveness started in your own house. Have your son forgiven what he did? Can we start there? Have y'all had the conversation with each other about forgiving each other for what happened? Does your son forgive himself for pulling the trigger? Can we start there first? All these spiritual people always coming out professing, no. Let's dig in your past. What about your son and his forgiveness, his level of forgiveness? Get out of here with that thou protest too much. And then here we go with this goddamn machine. And let me guess, you talking about Rock Nation and Jay-Z? I don't understand where you get that shit from. If you spent more time focusing on the defense of your son and not Jay-Z, Rock Nation, and the dollars that's going behind supporting Megan, I'm sure y'all probably would have had a little bit of more energy to put elsewhere. But unfortunately, you don't. And y'all keep bringing up Megan Thee Stallion and Rock Nation. Let's just say they did pay for her to have attorneys and stuff. And is that wrong? Was that so wrong? That shit is so confusing to me. Like, is that wrong? Satan runs music. They all demons. I thought the name Daystar was one of the many names for Lucifer. Sat down, clown. I hope Megan doesn't even reply to 50's apology. He was one of the main ones talking a lot of fool-la-la. He needs to pull a Fat Joe and send a few Birkin with some cash and roll. Okay, I'm for that. A Birkin and a cash roll. I am shocked by that spray paint on your. He asked us for forgiveness for that. What if he did bust out and say, and I need you all to, I'm asking for your forgiveness. Woo! It's not a Canadian thing. Feels more like a Jamaican thing. Sunstar and Daystar. Oh, okay. Meg is the victim and they're forgiving her. The fucking delusion. In other words, he made a deal with the devil. Okay? And again, attempting to bring Rock Nation into this is so lame and lazy. They have no weight with them jurors. They heard the call and saw the evidence, convicted them accordingly. It's all deflection to avoid accountability. Period. They forgiven her for what? And that was the other thing. You forgive her for what? For all of this, what? For her telling on your son for doing what he did? That ain't her fault. I'm glad she did. Shout out to Megan. I'm glad you did. You brought this shit to light. Kelsey, Tory, Daystar, Sunstar, North Star, East Star, whatever star y'all on, y'all need to sit y'all ass down. See, the problem this has is that, and a friend of mine said this to me, when you do too much, sometimes you can do too much in support of and go too far off the ledge and cause more harm. And I don't see him or his son coming out here offering anything that's going to be of substance to lend itself towards, oh yeah, they need a new trial. No, everything we heard from everything he said, like I said, sounds like they didn't have a basis for an appeal. Sounds like they didn't have and they barely have a fucking basis for a new trial. All he attacked was public opinion. Him coming out first, talking about how, you know, was in the like you're trying to win public opinion, sir. And then talking about how now the public sees his side, who and where. And then he also mentions, you know, Megan Kuniff and what she alleges his wife did and bringing evidence into the court. What in the fuck does that have to do with Tory and Megan's foot? What does that have to do with that? Nothing. So it leads me to believe like you just came out here for sympathy and you want this emotional public plea and y'all want it soon, quick, and now. It's like y'all want it now. Y'all want him to be able to speak and y'all are out here now. Let me guess, you gonna do another one? You got something else coming up soon? Or let me guess, you got an interview with somebody. You gonna be on another YouTube channel? Let me guess. Like, y'all gotta stop because you're gonna make it worse. Just chill out, relax. Just let time go down. Let your attorneys do what they need to do. I wonder if your attorney even agreed to this shit. That didn't sound polished. It didn't sound poised. It didn't sound like you were. It just and also, I'm gonna say it again. Wrong time, wrong moment, wrong group of people. You're pulling on the wrong strings. I get it. It's your child, and you're trying to go for what you know, which is to preach, but wrong audience. Some of us see past that. Like I'm looking at the law, and I'm separating religious. That your religion whole take on it. So yeah, I get you forgave her, and I'm glad that's good for you. We're glad that's good for you because none of us. I'm out here like okay, and I'm glad you did that, but we don't. You could have kept that. That was good for you. We want to know if your son has forgiven himself. Now, if you'd have came out here and said that, baby, you'd have got a bigger response. But no, y'all you can't do none of that. So, and we're here. He should have asked for alcohol swabs to take that mess off his head. Stop. That would be a true act of contribution. Oh my God, that's the part that tripped me up. They forgave her. Do we really know he's going to be in jail? We'll see. We'll see. It's a lot of things that hey everyone have a wonderful day. You too, Oxy 805 Queen. Thank you for being here. I'm not a violent person, but I would want to slap the ish out of her father. As the attorney, I would definitely want to say, sit your ass down, sir. You too, sweetheart. Thank you. And thank you all for being here this morning. I really, really do appreciate it. We got into a lot of things today. We talked about a lot of things in local news at the top of the show, and we got into a lot of hot topics today. And replay crew, if you're still here, shout out to you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. And every now and again, drop down and say, yeah, Roman, I was here. I saw. I appreciate it, y'all. I definitely love the support. In every way, fashion. And thank y'all for engaging on the community wall and in my comments and stuff like that, because that helped me form a lot of the show. I'm gonna start bringing my community wall into the show, so y'all might see y'all comments pop up one time. So thank you for being a part of all of this greatness. I hope y'all hit the like button. Please hit that like button. Get me in the algorithm today. I'm telling you, how we start is how this video go. We start with high volume of likes. We kick it off with a high volume of likes. So please help continue to support me. And yeah, I'm gonna be back this weekend. Yeah, we're gonna do our wake and breathe. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I already told my friend we're gonna have to do everything afterwards. So we're gonna be back for wake and breathe on Sunday morning, NeYo Soul edition. And we're also gonna play album versus album trivia. So I'm gonna load up a lot of different pictures of albums. Which album would you choose if you had to choose one album to listen to for the rest of your life out of these two albums? Which would you choose? I'm gonna pair up different artists, different music. So we're gonna have a good fun time. Come through. I appreciate it as always. And I want to leave on a video I played mid live because I thought it was so courageous. And then we're gonna end the show. And again, please, if you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. But I want y'all to I want to end the show on this note.
And then I'm done. I know what they wonder. What else can we do to them? We have tried it all. Nothing seems to work. Enslaved for 100 years, that didn't break them. Black codes, that didn't break them. Jim Crow, that didn't break them. Lynchings, that didn't break them. Mass incarceration, that didn't break them. What manner of people is this? We have tried everything, and still they rise. We have committed every possible atrocity we can think of, and still they rise. We have disenfranchised them, and still they rise. Made it illegal for them to read. They went on to be the presidents of HBCUs. Still they rise. We redlined them, and still they rise. We placed them in food deserts, and still they rise. We dropped crack in their communities, and still they rise. We divided up their families, and still they rise. We denied them adequate health care, and still they rise. Denied them reparations, and still they rise. We broke down their institutions, and still they rise. How? How is it possible that they are still standing?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Yeah, no, I was over here laughing like audio Roman audio, mute Roman mute. It's because I'm working two things. One got my audio, one got my internet stuff, and I'm taking them separately. So, like I was saying, y'all have a great weekend, MLK weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Okay, have a great time, and until next time, as always, and until next time, deuces. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through, gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go.